Hello, friends, and welcome to Adventures in Pixieland. We are in, my name's Amy. I'm an ordained minister, and we are in Bible study. We're in the NIV. We are in 2 Samuel, and we are in chapter 15. Continuing on with the story of David and Absalom. His very pretty, but very murdery son. But also was, getting justice for his sister, who was, raped by his brother. Nothing really had been done to him. So he made sure something was done to him. So Absalom's conspiracy. In the course of time, Absalom provided himself with a chariot and horses and with 50 men to run ahead of him. He would get up early and stand by the side of the road leading to the city gate. Whenever anyone came with a complaint to be placed before the king for a decision, Absalom would call out to him, "What town are you from?" He would answer, "Your servant is from one of the tribes of Israel." Then Absalom would say, "Look, your claims are valid and proper, but there is no representative of the king to hear you." But Absalom would add, "If only I were appointed judge in the land. Then everyone who has a complaint or case would come to me, and I would see that he gets justice." Also, whenever anyone approached him to bow down before him, Absalom would reach out his hand and take hold of him and kiss him. Absalom behaved this way towards all the Israelites who came to the king asking for justice. So he stole the hearts of the men of Israel by humbleness there, okay? At the end of 4 years, so we're talking a long game. At the end of 4 years, and that does have a footnote of B, in some Septuagint manuscripts, the Sirach, the Josephus, and the Hebrew, it's 40. 4 versus 40 is much different, so they should really get that straightened out. Absalom said to the king, "Let me go to Hebron and fulfill a vow I made to the Lord while your servant was living in Geshur in Aram. I made this vow. If the Lord takes me back to Jerusalem, I will worship the Lord in Hebron." Septuagint manuscripts, Hebrew does not have in Hebron. The king said to him, "Go in peace." So he went to Hebron. Then Absalom sent secret messengers. That's no good. Secret messengers throughout the tribes of Israel to say, "As soon as you hear the sound of trumpets, then say, 'Absalom is king in Hebron.'" 200 men from Jerusalem had accompanied Absalom. They had been invited as guests and went quite innocently, knowing nothing about the matter. So he's just being deceitful in general. While Absalom was offering sacrifices, he also sent for Ahithophel, Ahithophel, the Gilonite, David's counselor, to come from Elo, his hometown, and the conspiracy gained strength, and Absalom's following kept increasing. So Absalom kept getting more and more popular. David flees. A messenger came and told David, "The hearts of the men of Israel are with Absalom." Oh no! A coup, right? A coup. Then David said to his officials who were with him in Jerusalem, "Come, we must flee, or none of us will escape from Absalom. We must leave immediately, or he will move quickly to overtake us and will bring ruin upon us and put the city to the sword." Like, we're not going to fight your brother. We already know that there is, like David already knows, God is mad at him. God has told him these kinds of things are going to happen. He's got to go. If he stays, this guy's winning because of the stuff he didn't do. He's like, nope, everybody out. Because remember, the rest of the officials are his other sons, who this guy's already murdered one. Who knows where he'll go, right? The king's officials answered him, "Your servants are ready to do whatever our lord the king chooses." The king set out with his entire household following him, but he left 10 concubines to take care of the palace. So the king set out with all the people following him, and they halted at a place some distance away. All his men marched past him, along with the Keretherites and the Pelethites, Kerethhites and Peletites, and all 600 Gittites, Gittites, who had accompanied him from Gath, marched before the king. The king said to Ittai the Gittite, it's Ittai, "Why should you come along with us? Go back and stay with King Absalom. You are a foreigner, an exile from your homeland. You came only yesterday, and today I shall make you wander about with us when I do not know where I'm going. Go back and take your countrymen. May kindness and faithfulness be with you." But Ittai replied to the king, "Surely as the Lord lives, as my lord the king lives, wherever my lord the king may be, whatever it means, life or death, I will be your servant, there your servant will be." David said to Ittai, "Go ahead, march on." So Ittai the Gittite marched along with the men and the families that were with him. The whole countryside wept aloud as the people passed by. The king also crossed into the Kidron Valley, and that's Kidron, and all the people moved on towards the desert. Zadok was there too, and all the Levites who were with him were carrying the Ark of the Covenant of God. They set down the Ark of God, and Abiathar, Abiathar, offered sacrifices, or Abiathar went up and offered sacrifices, until all the people had finished leaving the city. Then the king said to Zadok, "Take the ark of God back into the city. If I find favor in the Lord's eyes, he will bring me back and let me see it and his dwelling place again. But if he says, I am not pleased with you, then I am ready. Let him do with me whatever seems good to him." The king also said to Zadok the priest, "Aren't you a seer? Go back to the city in peace with your son Ahimaaz, Ahimaaz, and Jonathan, son of Abiathar. You and Abiathar take your sons with you. I will wait at the fords in the desert until the word comes from you to inform me." So Zadok and Abiathar took the Ark of God back to Jerusalem and stayed there. But David continued on up the Mount of Olives, weeping as he went. His head was covered, and he was barefoot. Oh, he's putting himself through punishment. All the people with him covered their heads too and were weeping as they went out. Now, David had been told, Ahio, The Ahithophel, Hithophel, is among the conspirators with Absalom. So David prayed, "O Lord, turn Ahithophel's counsel into foolishness." When David arrived at the summit where people used to worship God, Hushai, Shushai, the Arkite, Arkite, was there to meet him, his robe torn and dust on his head. David said to him, If you go with me, you will be a burden to me. But if you return to the city and say to Absalom, I will be your servant, O king. I was your father's servant in the past, and now I will be your servant. Then you can help me by frustrating Ahithophel's advice. Won't the priests Zadok and Abiathar be there with you? Tell them anything you hear in the king's palace. Their two sons, Ahimaaz, Ahimaaz, son of Zadok, and Jonathan, son of Abiathar, are there with them. Send them to me with anything you hear. So David's friend Hushai arrived at Jerusalem as Absalom entered the city. So there, before he got there, so it looks like there was always here ready to welcome the king. I'm not a spy. Yay! Okay. And if you want to find out what happens from here, you're going to have to come back for the next video, friends.